Hey guys, it is Friday, which means it's the weekend. Yay! I am a little bit too excited about today's challenge, and the reason is because I had a new product to try on my oven. So we're doing oven and knobs and then microwave interior. So some of those you might have worked into different days' tasks, but the main focus is the oven. So watch in the comments because you will see, or on the post, but you will see a before and after of my oven. And when I first did this 30-day cleaning challenge, I had not ever cleaned my oven before, and we had lived here for a few years. So maybe some of you are in the same boat, maybe some of you clean it often. But what I've noticed is that it gets a little bit easier to do every year because I'm at least doing it annually. I'm gonna name like all the steps to what I did, but I realize not all of you will have all of these products, but I know some of you have one or the other. We have oven and grill cleaner, we have degreaser, and we have cleaning paste. And the cleaning paste is a favorite for almost everyone all throughout the house. It's very versatile. And then the degreaser is one of our new products, so that's what I was excited to try today. And the oven and grill cleaner has worked great in the past, but I wanted to give this a whirl because I've heard so many people raving about it. You can use purely cleaning paste and clean the whole interior of your oven. I used both, and I'll walk you through that and explain why. But just as a side note, for those that aren't familiar, Norwex is known for reducing harsh chemicals throughout your home, which was important to me because I had cleaned homes and businesses for so long. I wanted to reduce those harsh chemicals in our home. So my kids can use it. I can use it. It is super friendly and safe to use. And even just as a side note, for those that have a self-cleaning oven, those often put toxins into the air that are not good for us. So I would highly recommend using something different even if you have a self-cleaning oven. So how I cleaned my oven, and you can pick and choose what you want to or use your tools of choice, but some of these you'll find good tips whether you have the same tools or not. So I used my degreaser. I put 3 capfuls in my spray bottle of hot water. And the temperature doesn't really matter, but I like to use hot water to clean. So I put 3 capfuls in here, and there's obviously a lot left. So a little bit goes a long way. The degreaser, stay tuned because this is what I'm giving away later, a full bottle of this, and it works on everything from pots and pans to ovens and clothing, so all throughout your house. And then obviously it'll last a long time because you're using just a little bit. So I used that, I sprayed it in my oven. The first step is you want to turn your oven to 100 degrees or the lowest temperature, or even just turning on your oven light will often get it to 100 degrees. Set a timer for 10 minutes so your oven will kind of warm up, and it softens the things both on the stove and in the oven. Then after those 10 minutes, you're going to turn those off because you don't want to leave it on while you're cleaning. And then pull these knobs off, and I soaked them in water and a capful of the degreaser. That was actually my favorite part because normally I will soak them, when I pull them out, I have to still scrub that stubborn grease off. But it just wiped right off. So just makes it super easy to do. You just pull these off, soak them, and then after about 10 minutes, so you could do that at the same time you turn the oven on. After the 10 minutes, take them out, put them on a towel to dry, and then you'll put them back on after you're all done. Then what you're gonna do is open your oven, and I sprayed the degreaser all over my oven. Like, I actually sprayed my walls and the surrounding areas too, because for me, right here and my microwave are what get that like sticky, greasy overlay. So I sprayed that on. I let it sit for a couple minutes, and then I went back with my travel size EnviroCloth. Normally I use a full size one, but I just thought this one was a good size for this whole job. So I have my travel EnviroCloth, and then I went back with hot water and wiped all of those areas down. Then I wiped down the inside of my oven, and it took off like that layer again of the sticky, gummy grease that gets on there. Then, and this was something new I did, and I'm really excited about this too. That's why I say, who knew I could get that excited about cleaning stuff? I guess anybody who's been in my group for very long. Then I took the cleaning paste, and I took if you have a Spirit, a Sperry sponge, or this is the Mighty Mesh pot scrubber, then what you're gonna do is just turn this kind of on the side and just sprinkle this. And it came out just kind of dusting the whole oven, and I put it over the problem areas a little bit heavier. Hopefully you can still hear me. A little bit heavier over the problem areas, and then I got this just slightly wet, and I put my hand under it and came back over to the oven, and I scrubbed all that dusty powder in, and I could already see it pulling up the stubborn spots, both on my window of my oven and all over where there's buildup. And then I kind of let it sit for about 5 minutes. I got my EnviroCloth wet. You can see it really had its work cut out for it. Got it wet with hot water and went back and wiped all over the whole oven. I did take, after I wiped the degreaser off, I took out the racks and put them in my sink and let them sit for a little bit while I wiped out the rest of the oven. And then I rinsed those and wiped them off and put them back in. And then I took the paste and wiped down all of the stove top. So the grates, all those burn marks, and all that stuff that can get caked on and left behind. So that's our challenge for today. You can use just the paste or just your oven and grill cleaner or just the degreaser, or you can follow the steps I did, or you can use your tool of choice. I know sometimes people use baking soda and vinegar, or maybe just a hot cloth will do it for you. But stay tuned because I have another giveaway coming today, and hopefully you saw the one earlier where I want to treat as many of you as I can to a cup of coffee or a specialty drink at Starbucks, and I posted some ideas too. So have an amazing weekend, and that's it for now.